Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Leal in this incarnation. So today I wanted to talk about the focuses of the mind. This is very important, very important in the spiritual path because we know that thoughts are part of the creation of the things we are manifesting in our reality, but they are not the only one. So it's very important to understand that the law of attraction, it's not about think something in the morning and then it will go to manifest, because our thoughts have to be accompanied with our emotions, our intentions and actions too, many times. And it's important the time we are spending thinking in the things we are thinking. So this thing about the law of attraction, it's very funny because I did a trip like 11 years ago, a lot of time ago, and I was hitchhiking. At that trip, this was a trip through Brazil, and I stayed like almost 2 years, 1 year and a half, a lot of time. So in this trip I discovered the law of attraction, but I didn't have the theory, and that trip was very it happened a lot of things, very good things, but very other things that weren't that good for from our human perception. I was struggling with my narcissistic relationship and my narcissistic partner. So of course that didn't attract always very joyful moments, but I learned a lot of things. And one of those things was that, for example, this is one experience I'm going to share of thousands. But I was, we were stuck in the route, on the road, and we were thinking if we have to continue hitchhiking because we were going to a big city, and we were getting there at night, and it's not recommendable at all to get a big city at night because it could be that the city is not that friendly. We didn't know the place. We were in Amazonas, so we were having a lot of doubts at that moment. But two men stopped with a car, so we chose to keep going. So well, we I had this trust. I trusted that everything were going to be okay. Everything will be would be manifested. So at the end of the trip, that it was very a dangerous one because there was this rain, this enormous rain, so strong that we almost crashed the car, and it happened a lot of things in the trip. But one of those men and his wife invited us to stay in their home. So finally everything went out very good. And I'm saying this because I was struggling with this assurance that many times I had doubts, but I was just trusting that things would be manifested. And that's the law of attraction, actually. But it's very important to understand that we have to put everything aligning to that thought. The part of the emotion is very important. And I am saying this because, for example, when we are manifesting things we don't want, and when we want to a situation or a person disappear of our life, many times we are not able to do that because we are focusing a lot in that. And one thing it's very important, it's that situations won't disappear until we take the lesson. This is the first part, the most important, that we have to take responsibility. If we are feeling victims of that situation, then the situation won't disappear. But other thing that could make that a situation still stays there and we don't want to. Could be, for example, let's imagine that I fought with a lady in the supermarket, so I projected things and she did it too. And then, I come back home and I understand that I didn't act okay, that she activated something in me, and that's why I had this reaction. But I keep holding the emotion of anger with this woman, and I reproduce the scene, and I am feeling like angry every time. So it's very probable that that situation, maybe it won't manifest with that woman, but it will manifest with other person, because I am holding on an emotion that situation cost me. So this is very important to disintegrate things we don't want to. The first one, how I said, is to take the lesson, to understand why that situation happened there. But many times we have to go on in life, to keep going, and then we start to see them up. This is like those games of strategy games, where we have to discover the map. Many times life has to do with that. But I'm trying to say that the focuses of the mind many times are very difficult, because we have this tendency to keep going in a place that it's not maybe good for us many times. And when we are trying to when we don't want any situation and we are feeding them that situation with our thoughts, sometimes it's very difficult to not put attention to something that we already created and manifested, and it's in front of our eyes, and we have to pay attention to other thing. So the important thing, of course, is take the lesson, but trying to focus in other things. And I'm talking about the when we are having situations we can't change at that moment. When we are in this constant negative circuit, we have to get out of there. And I think the best way, and I think I already give this tip, that I already gave this, but it's very useful to do something with our body, because many times when we are in the mind, it's because we are disconnecting of the body. So if we come back to the body and we start to witness what we are thinking in third person, it's more easy to stop the circuit. But it's very important to be present too, because if we don't, we are letting it running out. So I think that it's very useful for me. It's for example, put a feet on the ground, or going to walk, or many times do something with your body, or exercise. Those things will help, because you're coming to the body is coming to presence many times, and we all, I think most of the people have this tendency to be in their mind. And other thing that it's very important is that we create, of course, not only with our thoughts, but also with our words. So I don't know if you heard sometime people that is saying, everybody is lying, or everybody is stealing in this country, or things like that. And maybe they don't get that they are talking more about themselves. And I'm not saying that those people are going to rob anybody with a gun, but maybe they are in situations of stealing energy. I already told you that in the manipulation video, that we when we are having relationships from a place of lack, we are in this thing of trying to fight for the energy, and it's something that it's a challenge many times. I'm not saying that if we are conscious this won't happen with other people, but it's very important to understand that we can steal energy from others, and that it can reproduce and manifest things on the outside. I mean, I had this time that I was stolen. It wasn't with a gun, you know. They took my phone from my bag, and that was meaning something. That was saying that I didn't want to communicate. I didn't want to see many things that I was, that I had to see. So every situation is telling something about us. But when we are saying everybody's lying, we are talking about a perception of us, and we are talking about us, ourselves. So if you had this perception, it could be maybe because many people lied to you. But if many people lied to you, it's because you are lying to you, or I am lying to me. So this is a veil, you know, and it's very important to understand why those things happen to me. We like to believe that we are only lied many times, and that we are the good ones and the people are the bad ones. But it's not that way. And other thing that it's important is to understand that if I break those beliefs, and I am starting to educate my mind to have another kind of thoughts, because what I think in abundance is what going to manifest in abundance in our life. And I mean, sometimes when we have this root of negative internal dialogue, that I think it's very common for everybody, it takes a lot of work to do it. But it's important to understand that the responsibility of the co-creator has to do that with the part that I can create my reality. For example, this person, it's with all those beliefs and think that everybody's stealing and lying and whatever, and they are going to create a reality. But me, in spite of standing next to that person, I can be in exactly another reality, because I do believe other things. I am focusing on other things. I am vibrating different. So this is the most important part. I'm not having a relationship with that person. I mean, it's not my friend because that's a fractal of me, you know. And I'm not saying we have to judge people because they are having bad moments, for example. I am saying that our relationships should can accompany us as long as they are. We can share evolution, you know. If I am practicing a conscious labor, then it's good to surround myself with people that is doing the same. And this is not this doesn't mean that I won't have conflict, you know. Consciousness is not about not having challenges. But okay, well, I think I am going to end the video here. Thank you, everybody, and see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.